Hi everyone, today we'll be looking at a program in which the user enters a number and it will be checked if it's odd or even. And there are a few extra stuff in there too. So here we go. So over here you can see another program. At the top as usual, that's what we're going to do today. Then the rules and lastly the program. Today we'll be looking at a program in which the user is told if the number they have entered is odd or even. So I've done a try and accept just in case there's an error and stuff. So I've said try print. So I'm printing that if you don't enter numbers, then it will be considered a quit. So for example, and because this is in a while loop, so it'll keep repeating. So in input 1, if the user says 7, then it's odd number. Then in input 2, if the user says 6, it's an even number. Input 3, if the user says 9, it's an odd number. In input 4, if the user says Q, then it goes to the accept and prints the error message. Because in this program, if you don't enter a number, and if you enter an alphabet or a punctuation mark, then it will just go to the accept and print the error message. So you have to enter a number. So when I run this, please enter a number. I can say 8, even number. If I say 3, odd number. 7, odd number. 6, even number. So it keeps going on and on forever until, so you can see it keeps going on and on and on forever until I print something, until I entered something that's not a number, like a space. Then it printed the error message and exited. So basically I'm using an infinite loop. An infinite loop is a loop that keeps going on and on forever until the condition is false. And you need to use infinite loops when you want to repeat an action over and over again. So in this, for example, I've said while true, num is equal to int input please enter a number, and then it goes through all this. Then once it's done, it'll go back here and then repeat that again. Now depending on what the user enters, if the user enters a number, then it will repeat. If the user enters something that's not a number, for example an alphabet, then it will go to the accept and print the error message. Otherwise it just keeps repeating over and over again. This also works if I enter punctuation marks. So if I say 5, then if I say full stop, then it goes to the error message. So basically you have to enter a number only, otherwise it will be considered a quit. So the reason I've used a try and accept is because if I'd used like an if condition, if I'd used an if condition of saying yes and no, then the user would have to said yes I want to continue or no I want to stop over and over again. So it's much easier if you just write an alphabet or write anything that's not a number, and it will just consider it a quit and the program will exit. That's why I've written this print statement at the very top outside of the loop. And the reason I've written it outside of the loop is because if I write it inside the loop, then what's going to happen is going to keep repeating over and over again. So if I write it here, then it's going to keep repeating. Sorry about that, I didn't mean to do that. So run. So if I enter something, then it'll keep printing this every single time, which can be very annoying, which is why I've kept it outside the while loop so that it doesn't repeat like everything else inside the while loop. So it's much easier to just have it outside the while loop, because otherwise it can just be kind of annoying and disturbing.